Welcome to INS, the International News Service, your source for the most important weird news from across the globe. With news analyst Kevin Harrison, actor, comedian, and musician Mike Wiebe, and professional commentator Brian Camp. INS, the news you need.
Uh-oh, something's going wrong.
For the listener, Mark's looking concernedly. We're very aware of what you're doing now, Mark.
It's fine.
I only see 3 microphones on there. Why did you turn me off?
Kevin, Brian.
Uh-oh.
No. Oh, okay.
For the listener, Mark pulled the old switcheroo.
I have no idea how that's the old switcheroo.
Well, this is a lot of. Have we established? Have we told them yet that we're all
in
the same place?
We should get into it.
We need to get it. Yeah, this
is exciting.
We've never done a podcast before in the same room. None of us have ever been in the same room for a podcast. We've been in the same rooms with each other before, but we
not while we were podcasting.
We all live in different towns. I'm not gonna say where anybody lives.
I think we've established where some of us live.
I live in Saint-Tropez. I flew in here, cross-country flight from France, where Saint-Tropez is.
Yes.
And, but yeah, this is kind of big. And we have a lot of other INS stuff planned for this. It's a working weekend. It's,
we may have another episode come out because of this. I'm just saying.
A lot of,
a tax write-offs.
A lot of people
have to make money first.
A lot of people are taking this as a holiday and celebrating 9/11, but we are not.
No,
we are working.
This isn't fun for us. This isn't fun.
We're here to work. We just got back from the
working,
doing some research at the, what was the name of it?
The Retro Madness, right?
Retro Madness.
Arcade.
Yeah. Where I'm happy to report that we completely dominated the Dig Dug machine as we set out to do.
Yep.
And every single score in the top 5 is with the initials INS.
If you are a Frygar, you better look out.
Yep. You are, yes. We will shove. I am willing to. I'm willing to take this to other video games. I'll go into Mario, and I'll go up to Bowser. I will go up to Wario, and I will shove a hose up their rectum, and I will pump, and on that third pump, you will burst, and there will be blood and feces shattering all over a Goomba or a Koopa or a Yoshi.
A 3-digit number may or may not appear in the air.
Yeah.
I think we can take this one step further and challenge any podcast out there to a 2-player game of Dig Dug, and we are going to win. You come to Fort Worth, Texas, meet us at, what was it, Retro?
It's Quarter Lounge Arcade.
Quarter Lounge Arcade. And we will school you.
Which also,
on the Dig Dug machine.
You guys are Quarter Arcade, Retro Madness. You got the INS bump. You're welcome.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Second of all, Joe Rogan, what the fuck are you doing? That's right. Have you recovered from COVID yet? Come face me, big man.
This is called punching up.
Come on, big man. You think you can? I know you can. You think you can bench press and do a kettlebell and beat COVID? Can you beat M-Dub at Dig Dug? I think not.
Is he Terry Gross sized? Is that?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is Terry Gross sized.
That was true.
I think that's a big disadvantage for INS is we're all, around 6 foot tall, right?
Right.
So 6'7", 6'8".
So he is 5'7". He's definitely shorter than all of us, incling Brian.
Big old.
I don't like my personal information getting out there,
Big
Kevin,
Johnsons, and we all have rocks. Big rock hard abs. Oversized muscles, genitalia.
Barely see our necks. Just so much power.
Pectorals look like like Captain American had a day off, you know?
You know what? I like how kind we are to one another when we're all in a room together. Because normally this would be about us building ourselves up to the detriment of the other people.
Well, no, I mean, be clear that I'm the most of all those things. Like, I'm not like, just facts is facts, but...
Right.
Well, and listen, no, I'm not here to like bust on Joe Rogan. I just need him to know that I'm a little bit better than him.
Right. Why do you need him to know that?
I don't need anything. I just need rock and roll music and a good time.
Hey man, rock and roll music and a good time.
I need a El Camino that can break the speed limit. That's all I need.
On the speed limit.
I need a crossbow.
Right. With exploding dicks tied to the arrows. Is that? I forgot about that.
I need a pair of Oakley sunglasses. I need the open wind. I need a woman by my side and an enemy at my feet.
This is a non sequitur, Mike, but you might remember this, and it's a dumb thing.
Good, because I hate sequins.
Good. It is. Speaking of Oakley's, like I remember their slogan was thermonuclear protection. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember for whatever reason, and it made me every time I saw it, it made me laugh. Somebody had put a sticker of that in their back window, but they had changed it to thermonuclear erection. and it's dumb. Every time I saw it, I just kind of laughed like, all right. You had to cut it up with there's some effort in that.
I like to think that person's a listener, or that they went on to start a company and made a design called the Rim Reaper.
That's right.
A millionaire who designed the Rim Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a $1 million idea. So
Were you there when we discovered there was a Rim Reaper throw pillow? I can't remember.
What?
You can get the Rim Reaper. I looked at it on Redbubble. We should be pushing our own merch.
Yeah, why are we pushing people to the Rim Reaper guy?
You can for like $17. There's a Rim Reaper throw pillow you can get for your
We need
couch.
to reach out to the Rim Reaper people, and
I'm sure it's a team.
I bet that the Rim Reaper probably comes from the Chubb Group.
Oh yeah. The Rim Reaper is brought to you by
The Chubb Group. Your friends at the Chubb Group.
For a more just and verdant society. Is that what they are they those guys? Verdant.
Just and verdant.
What? No, a just
It's definitely not the Rim Reaper group.
Never mind. Can we please look?
We should probably get
for the listener. This is going to be difficult for us because we are trying to hide our strong dislike for one another as we're doing this. We're all being reminded of why we moved to different places and only do this from remote locations.
Also, we're a little buzzed here.
I'm missing.
I am sober as a church mouse.
I am mixing the lax drug laws of Saint-Tropez. And I'm starting to Jones.
Right. I've been snorting sweet and low all night.
I am a pumpkin spice junkie. There was a sign that said pumpkin spice junkie in the Starbucks on the way up here. And
gotta get your bucks, right, Mike?
I had a picture
gotta
of you.
get your bucks. And it's but it is like a thing of like, I know what they're going for, and I know that nobody probably thinks ill of that, but the word junkie is commonly associated with people that have collapsed all their veins and have to shoot it into their penis veins or in between their toes, or someone who gets so fucked up that they leave their child in the car for 10 hours, or someone who, I don't know, has to go down on a trucker.
Right.
You mean like an elevator?
Loving it in La Vita.
I thought you were gonna
Living it up when I'm going down.
There you go.
Loving it in La Vita. Loving it up when I hear the sound.
First story.
Loving
is-
it in
oh,
La Vita.
For the
you guys-
listener, Mark is encouraging us to actually
You guys
do
ready
the
to get
thing. where
started
you're-
here?
It's probably a good idea, Mark.
Yeah.
That was off Aerosmith's Pump album, as I recall.
Now let's talk about Aerosmith's discography. All right, you guys ready?
Man,
Yeah.
not very good. I'm sorry if you're an Aerosmith fan, but
They're a hits band. They're a hits band.
yeah. What was that first? Flowers in the Attic? Was that their first record? Or was that the first
first-
single off their first record?
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really? There's a lot about you that makes me think of Aerosmith.
The first album was just Aerosmith.
I'm kidding, Mark.
It's
That's
weird.
awful.
It's weird that someone that wears as many sashes as you, Mark, doesn't like
You're so.
Aerosmith.
You're just.
You're so covered in scarves.
You were actually the only person I know that I think that wears less clothing with anything written on it than I do.
I just want to point out Mark's not wearing anything right now. He's got underwear on
That's the way he likes to record.
and socks for some reason.
Yes, I do. I'm a medium clothing that has stuff written on it person.
Yeah.
Not too much, but enough that I'm still a capitalist stooge.
You're paying to advertise other people's shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we do have a merch store. Do you want to talk about that, Kevin?
Yeah.
We have, in addition to the Rim Reaper store on Redbubble, there is an INS store. We've got T-shirts, we've got stickers, we've got mugs, we've got dresses, we've got there's a quilt on there.
Really?
There's masks.
quilt?
There's-
The International News Service on redbubble.com.
Is the quilt a machine-made quilt or hand-stitched? Because that's a big deal in the quilt community.
I don't know, but I'm going to assume, given the price, it's definitely hand stitched by old ladies,
That are Amish.
Right?
Amish ladies.
We are not responsible for Kevin's guesses. Are we ready to start?
I'm sure it's machine made. Yeah, let's get started
That's
here.
just, you know what, people expect the news from us. I think we need to talk about the news.
Welcome to a very special episode of the International News Service. We're your hosts. I'm Kevin Harrison, along with
I'm Brian Camp.
And I'm Mike Wiebe, and over to my right, literally, holding the ones and also holding the twos, why, it's Mark Ryan!
Hey, everybody.
Hey!
Hey,
That was happy
we're all
Mark.
here.
That felt good.
Where's our bartender? I
Yeah.
need 3 more.
Oh, hey, Mark got up.
No, I'm goofing.
Although I could use a drink, if we're being honest.
you have half that martini left.
No, it's mostly olive.
I was going to make another one anyway.
Well, if you're making them,
But I wouldn't say no.
let's
That's,
say no. That's
for the listener, we are all sitting here in a room that is about 8 foot by 15. Our arms are all crossed across our chests. We're staring at each other angrily.
bad. A lot of negative body language.
Right. Very closed off in this room.
This is Texas, so we're all armed and
Yes.
eyeing each other for who's going to draw first.
I'm worried that the shotgun rounds I have been exposed to the sun for too long and won't fire.
I'm worried that I put a small bullet inside the microwave and just hit 10 minutes. And I don't know what that will do.
That's right. That is a fun way. That is a fun Russian roulette right there.
I don't know what's going to happen, but it ain't my house where
That's right. I guess our heads are all below microwave level. We should be okay.
That's how that works, right?
Ah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
bullets in the microwave. We've all been around that.
Right.
Say la vie, la vie. Say
I knew-
la vie.
La vie, say la vie.
Say la vie.
I knew a kid who put
La
like 9mm rounds in a bench vise in a garage and hit him with a hammer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
He-
nice.
No, he wasn't. He also shot a lot of birds with pellet guns. He was.
I had a chemistry
me,
teacher
Mike.
in high school who he told us if you tape a BB on the back of a shotgun round and then throw it against a wall, it'll go off without the gun.
That's not true. That won't work. I don't think that will work.
It'll if you threw it right, it would hit the blasting cap and it would pop,
I don't believe that.
I think that's the way.
and then
they
it
work.
would shoot you in the face.
I don't know that.
Why would he tell you that?
Because it was Texas in the 90s and he didn't know what the
Jesus
fuck he was doing.
Christ.
Right.
He's like, I'm 2 years away from retirement. I don't even teach this fucking class.
Oh, your teacher told you that?
Yeah, chemistry teacher,
Chemistry.
10th grade.
What's his name?
Chemistry. That's
I
a
don't remember that
science.
fucking guy's name. Tim Eads had that guy 10 years earlier than I did.
Ah, the great
The Saint Tim Eads.
R.I.P.
Yep.
R.I.P.
So, you ready for the first story?
I'm
here?
ready, willing,
Oh,
and
yes.
able.
Our first story comes to us from Sora.
Also, and Cain. Original sin.
This is really getting funny, guys. I think this being in the same room is working out for us.
What if we just do this every week? Who wants to travel 3 hours?
Right. Yeah, it turns out.
Well, it's more for me because I
Yeah.
had to come in from France. The
We
place,
took the Concorde,
the
right?
place where Saint-Tropez is.
That's right. As established by Wikipedia. That's
No, I knew that because I
you know
lived there.
that's right. Saint-Tropez. Where you play a lot of Keno.
And Baccarat.
Baccarat. That's right. Baccarat and Keno.
Yeah.
You took the Concorde in, right?
Yes. I had Concorde's jelly and I had Welch's.
But no Smuckers, because that's American bullshit.
No, yeah, exactly. Smuckers
But-
sounds like another word that I won't say. And that word is fuckers.
That is a fun reason not to say Smuckers. That's good.
Yep.
You ever been to Knott's Berry Farm?
No.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I think it's in
I've heard
California.
of it. It's
Outside
an
LA.
amusement park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a
Oh,
West
I drove
Coast
by
Silver
that.
Dollar
Yeah,
City.
no, yeah. It's like right by Disneyland. It's like literally like just up the street from Disneyland. I've been to Disneyland.
Did you ride the Matterhorn?
Well, I'm not allowed back there, but I've been to Disneyland.
All right, so our first story comes to us from Sora News 24.
Who?
It's an English language Japanese news site.
Wait, what? Wait, whoa.
Jesus. And the owner's been in jail for a while.
We're digging deep for
This
this.
story,
Yeah.
this story was submitted by friend of the show, Jeff Humper.
Oh,
okay.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Good man.
We may see Jeff tomorrow.
Or we may not.
Or we may not. Only one person knows, and it's a psychic.
It's a Schrodinger's Jeff situation.
It's
Because
a
by the
secret.
time people hear this,
It's a secret you may find out next week. So, Beat Takeshi is one of the most widely known figures in... This is going to be a long episode.
Manhattan, drinking Manhattan. Now Kevin Stark just stuttering, stamping. Manhattan, drinking Manhattan. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's crapping.
hey, can I try a Manhattan, Mark? You're a good
Okay.
man. Man, you're an excellent host.
Beat Takeshi is one of the most widely known figures in Japanese show business.
That's right. I'm a big fan. He's Battle Royale is probably the biggest thing over here, but he started off as a comedian, and then he got into a lot of Yakuza type tough guy movies.
We'll get into that in a minute.
All
right.
I'm excited
Good.
about the story.
I know you're a fan.
I'm a fan.
So he directed the films Hanabi and Zatoichi. As Mike pointed out, he starred in Battle Royale, and he hosted the show Takeshi's Castle, which is known in America as, do you want to say it?
Ninja.
Most Extreme Elimination
yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah.
And that was a
Which,
great
like,
way to while away an afternoon.
It really was.
Yeah, but and it was like I think when
What
it
was it?
aired
You
in
might as well.
Japan was like super old, and then by the time it got here, like it was like probably like 8 years later that they started showing it
Right.
in America. But it was sort of like a crazy. It was like Double Dare if you got hurt for adults,
Right.
basically.
Basically.
They
And-
try to recreate it, but they have never done it in a way that actually let people get hurt.
Yeah,
so it's never
but
as good.
yeah.
And then it was dubbed by comedians.
And then it was dubbed by comedians, and I mean, I don't know. It wasn't as funny, and it's weird. Like, you know, Beat Takeshi is like he made all these like serious, like tough guy Yakuza gangster movies that are kind of like weird and melancholy. And I remember in Battle Royale, like, there's nothing that he says when you're watching the American subtitles that ever made me laugh in it. But I was watching with a Japanese friend of ours, Kei Saito, who's back in Japan from back in the day. Anyway, I remember watching it with
Hey,
him.
a listener, friend of the show.
I doubt it, but probably not. But like, not just I just don't think he knows about it.
Right,
But
right.
like, but I remember watching it with him, and he was like laughing at all these things that Beat Takeshi was saying, and I was like, why is that funny? And he would try and explain it, but I think it's just kind of like a, you know, kind of like a Bill Murray tone, where if you were just reading the subtitles of Bill Murray on certain lines, you wouldn't know why it was funny, but it was like within Japanese culture, like it was super funny. But he definitely is like a magnetic performer,
Right.
on screen guy that you just kind of can't take your eyes off of.
Big personality. Small personality.
Big personality.
Medium personality.
Medium personality. Very good.
Right.
He took you
That's-
3
Way to
times,
get it
but you
right,
finally got it.
Well, I'm very Goldilocks of me. That's-
Many of Beat Takeshi's films are set in the world of Japanese organized crime syndicates known as the Yakuza.
Yeah, they asked me to be a member, but I said no.
It's not true.
That's why you have both pinkies.
No, it is true. I said no.
But earlier this month, he had a run-in with the real Yakuza. Around midnight, he left a TV studio when his car's windshield was attacked by a man wielding a pickaxe. Police arrived on the scene almost immediately and subdued the man. Upon questioning, police learned he was a Yakuza, but this was not a paid hit. Instead, the man was angry. After this happened in June, I guess, he sneaked onto studio property and asked Beat Takeshi to become
Sneaked or snuck?
Sneaked. Sneaked is the proper term here.
Really?
Yeah. Snuck isn't real. It is an informal word, but sneaked is the more proper.
You
word.
looked it up, didn't you?
Maybe.
Okay.
What kind of shoes was the guy wearing?
I look up every word in the dictionary before I write it into the script.
What
kind
the
of
place
shoes
to go.
was the guy wearing?
Pickaxe guy?
Yeah.
I didn't say.
I'm gonna guess sneakers. Stole that joke from The Simpsons, but whatever.
He sneaked onto studio property and asked Beat Takeshi to become his mentor and show him the ropes of the entertainment industry. Apparently, Beat Takeshi ignored the man, so the man developed a grudge and vowed revenge. Beat Takeshi said he didn't know the man, so either the meeting was made up or Beat Takeshi forgot him. Either way, the attacker is unlikely to become Beat Takeshi's protege anytime soon.
I did that with someone. With Rachel Ray.
What?
I asked her I wanted to be her mentor.
To do what?
Just be entertainment, show me the entertainment biz. This was years ago.
Just to
And
get your foot in the door, right?
So I went and I took a shit on top of her Prius.
You think she drives a Prius?
She did when I took a shit on her.
Oh, well.
How do you know that was her Prius?
The plate said R. Ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guarantee she has personalized plates, right?
Yeah, it says Raw Ray. It was R.A. Ray.
Right.
She had a bunch of cooking magazines in the back.
Back issues of Bon Appetit. That's the only cooking magazine that I know of.
But whatever, we've gotten over it, and we have a lovely relationship now.
How long has the Yakuza been around? Been around forever, right? They're like a storied crime syndicate.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say hundreds of years, but
Would you say thousands of years?
I'd say
Probably not.
millions of years.
definitely
Millions
not
of years.
millions of years.
Well,
I think there were cavemen Yakuza.
you mean Neanderthals?
Neanderthals.
Yes,
No,
first
come
of
on,
all,
Mike.
No, Neanderthals.
You're better than that. Neanderthal. We've studied Neanderthal and
Australopithecus Yakuzas.
Australia. I think it's Austro. Well, you know what? I'm not going to try to correct you
It's
because I don't know what it is either.
Australopithecus.
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 I think they were found in Austria, actually.
Oh,
Astroplanicus.
Yeah, but there's also some Australian
Ooh,
ones.
we might see some
Australopithecus.
Astroplanicus
So
tomorrow.
The earliest Yakuza mentioned is in 1603.
That was foreshadowing, Kevin.
Yeah.
What?
I just did some clever foreshadowing
Of what?
the astral plane.
The astral plane. Mm-hmm. Where does that?
It was foreshadowing. Keep going.
Are you
Yeah.
playing D&D later? Is
Damn
that what
it.
you're saying?
Where
No,
Dr.
you know
Doctor
what?
Strange goes. A lot of
This is-
times
I'm
Dr.
furious.
Strange goes to the astral plane.
What does he live on the astral?
He goes
Thank
there.
you, Mark.
He goes to lots
Thanks,
of places.
Mark.
Right.
We're thanking Mark for our drinks.
Right. For the listener.
Mark has abandoned the podcast, but for something important.
Ooh, this is
pouring
good.
drinks.
God damn!
I got to finish this. Like, man.
Well, anyway, back to this Japanese Yakuza
the
movie
Yakuza.
guy.
Right.
So that about wraps it up.
Well, did it? Beat. So his first name's Beat.
Well, his name is Takeshi Kitano, but he goes by Beat Takeshi.
Why does he go by?
He beats people up in movies.
Yes.
Is that it? Is that really
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's
He
really
beats
it.
people up in a lot of movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
so-
his movies are pretty good. They're violent. You'd like them.
I've never seen a single.
Yeah, you like violence, right?
That's
The only thing that gets your rocks off, right?
That's right. That's all the cocaine. It just takes violence now. I have to see somebody get hurt.
Well, Beat doesn't remember it, but I don't think this guy is like legit Yakuza though.
I mean,
But the
What
Yakuza's
is that
not as
based
like
on? Is that-
tight knit and like, as far as I know, like the Yakuza's not as. They have a lot of like affiliates and stuff like that, and I don't know. I don't think that this dude is like straight Yakuza because there's a lot of like I don't know. This just doesn't sound.
Let me ask
This doesn't sound like the Yakuza that I work with.
This isn't the Yakuza I grew up with. I have another Yakuza question.
Okay.
So
Yakuza.
Whatever. So Yakuza, my question is that oftentimes I hear the Yakuza referenced as a singular crime syndicate.
Okay.
But I wonder, is it also an umbrella term for any criminal group?
Yes. Not any criminal. It's like
so
the
would
way
you call
we refer
any
to
gang at the Yakuza, or is the Yakuza a very specific thing?
Well, it's probably like the mafia, where like the Genovese family doesn't get along with the Corleones or whatever.
Right.
I don't think that's a real mafia family, Mike.
Well, not anymore because Don Vito died.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But he was, you know what? Sad thing, he was just playing with his kids, grandkids when he died.
Yep.
Doing that orange thing, right?
Doing that orange thing in his mouth. Probably got citrus poisoning.
That's right. That we've learned recently.
Kevin.
I just want to point out, that's a real allergy. It affects real
I know.
people.
It's what killed fucking Don Corleone. Don Corleone survived
Corleone or Corleone?
the brutal murder of his son. He survived getting shot, and what took him down? Citrus poisoning, just like Kevin.
Just like
Kevin's
Exactly.
citrus poisoning.
That's
Hey,
right.
you see this on my knuckle here, Brian? That's what it does to you.
For the listener, there's nothing on his
holding
knuckle.
up his. The thing is, Brian, be careful. He's holding up his knuckle only
It's a threat.
as a threat, so he can punch you.
That's right. That is.
Boy, I am missing some letters in very common words.
Well, keep drinking then.
Well, I
You gotta
haven't
get past
drink.
it.
For the other thing for listeners, I've been on a sober challenge that has been broken tonight.
That's right.
I
Challenge
planned
lost.
3 days sober.
a planned break, and I'm telling you, this stuff is hitting me like a ton of dicks.
There you go again. You know what, Mike? I'd like to remind everyone that of everyone on the INS team, only half of us now have debilitating allergies that are entirely made up. Mike, your allergy to tomato, and Kevin, your supposed allergy to all
What is
citrus
this?
fruit.
What is this?
I'm not looking at your hand.
Holding up my... Yeah, I know, because you're afraid to look at the
You
results.
just rubbed it on the carpet. That's all that is.
My allergy is real, and it's also not debilitating. I've been able to maintain
You've
a
overcome.
very active
right.
life.
All you had to do was ruin people's pizza for your entire life. You just had to ruin pizza for everybody.
I simply had to reject.
Right.
What do you think that I ruined for everybody,
We all
Brian?
paid the cost. And you didn't ruin anything.
Orange juice?
It's something you get to bring up because people eat citrus fruit all the time. You're just in a constant state of scurvy. That's
Yeah, you're going to get scurvy for sure.
Hey, Mark, are you allergic to anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's right. That's the right answer. Not that I'm aware
And you're
of.
not allergic to anything either, Brian.
No, I'm not. I'm allergic to lies. That's why I'm having such a hard time right now.
So, our next story comes to us from the AV Club.
Oh, the AV Club.
Watch me fuck up all of these names
Audio
now.
visual.
Oh, yeah. The cart. Did you ever wheel the cart around, Mike? We talked
I
about
loved
that.
it. I wanted to be a member of the Audio Visual Society.
Did we have one at our school?
No.
That's the AVS, right?
Yeah.
So, Xavier Novell is a Catholic priest who became Spain's youngest bishop in 2010 at 41 years old.
Xavier Novell
Novell.
from Saint-Tropez.
From Spain.
Oh.
Saint-Tropez, Spain.
He is an exorcist, a proponent of gay conversion therapy, and an opponent of abortion, euthanasia, and gay marriage. Or this was true until recently, when he resigned for what he called personal reasons.
Right. Then it's his business. Let's move on.
His business, let's move on.
Now, it turns out the real reason is that he fell in love with Sylvia Caballol, an author of, quote, satanic-tinged erotic fiction with titles like The Hell of Gabriel's Lust. So I translated the Amazon blurb for The Hell of Gabriel's Lust, and it promises psychopathy, sex, that's SECTS, sadism, madness, lust, immorality, and the struggle between God and Satan and angels and demons.
I mean, that's pretty much the Bible.
Well, I am rock hard right now, Mike. Just hearing that.
Well, I mean,
Ever want to record in the same room with you guys ever again?
That's pretty much the Bible, though. That's all the stuff that happens in the Bible at some point.
True.
Yeah.
So the former
Which is second favorite book of mine.
Second to,
The Constitution.
on September 11th, I think it's important that we remember.
I think it's important that we remember that when those planes attacked those towers, they were attacking the Constitution.
You remember.
Now you guys know these references are 2.5 weeks dated, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. These themes are evergreen.
It's not like September 11th didn't happen 2 weeks ago or right now.
2.5 weeks ago.
That's right. I'm a quantum magician. Don't throw dates out at me.
Fuck. Do I need to put on some sounds that we can bathe in?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so.
What sounds you got?
Once there was this boy who had a lot of things, and then he thought he was a bum, and then
Okay,
he
that's
finally
enough.
waited.
Copyright.
No, keep going.
Copyright.
You axed. You axed.
So the former exorcist initially approached Caballol to further his knowledge in demonology, and there's supposedly talk within the church that he is now possessed,
Oh.
and that Pope Francis personally urged him to get an exorcism.
The exorcist has become the exorcee. It sounds like that's what happened anyway.
Okay, yeah, fair. The former bishop is now trying to find work as an agricultural engineer.
Wait, what?
You know what? That's just
I
the
was
second.
so on board with this story until
Second
that
act.
last line, and then I just got fucking mad. Why?
He can't make church money anymore.
He could be
Not pulling
cashing
down
in
bishop bucks.
on. He could be cashing in on the whole exorcism thing, though. I think.
Yes. Rogue exorcist?
Oh man, that sounds
You know
cool.
how
That
much-
is good.
You know how much pussy you can get as a rogue exorcist?
Well,
I don't
he's
know.
More
already-
than being in a band, I'll tell you. I just think rogue exorcism is...
Yeah.
How sexy is that?
You get a trench coat.
Smoke?
Oh,
clothes?
you smoke for sure. Clove cigarettes.
Uh,
That's cool.
and then one weird thing where you're just like, I only drink tea.
Right. A quirk. A
Yeah.
good quirk. Yep. Every time you talk to somebody, you shade your eyes.
Yeah.
Like when it's just like a quiet conversation, you constantly shade your eyes because you take in too much information about the world and the spirit world and the occult. Like too much of it enters your brain, so you have to shade to keep it away. But that's something that's revealed later on about our rogue exorcist.
And you so is he still having a relationship with that?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at a picture of them, and he really just looks
She's
like.
fine as hell, huh?
I mean, she's kind of
She's
cute.
fine as hell.
I really think he's like the dorky guy.
She wears a lot of velvet. You
no,
think?
she looks like a writer.
Yeah, she wears velvet.
She's a velvet wearing writer.
I think she wears a velvet dress, right?
Yeah. I
It's
bet
like
so.
a thick velvet dress.
I bet
It's
it's
made out of
laced
grapes?
up too. It's like
Yeah,
like a
with the
corset
lace
vibe
and
to
stuff.
it. Yeah, it's laced up, but really long, but laced up with like a little bit of a bustier, right?
Shelf.
Like kind of a shelf
She's
kind
got
of
shelf titties.
a little bit.
But it really looks like she was like the first cute girl that paid any attention to him, and he's just like, I guess I'll stop being a priest now.
I don't know. I think priests
Bishop.
get laid all the time.
Yeah, I think they do too.
Yeah.
It's more Middle Ages.
No, I think now they do too.
now.
I think it's pretty common.
Also, she's a woman.
Yeah, I mean, but that too. I mean, I think a lot of priests probably have
Is she an adult woman?
yeah.
She's an adult woman.
Yeah, that's-
Good for him.
She's like 38.
That's right. Breaking out a little bit.
I mean, it sounds like he's kind of cool.
it does sound like he's cool.
He hasn't done
he
anything.
believed gay conversion therapy.
Well, but then he fucking met a cool chick who fucking schooled him.
Yeah.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
He did accept that he was wrong and changed his mind.
Yeah, can't people be
love.
redeemed
Did he
anymore?
change his mind about the gay conversion stuff?
She was writing about a whole world that he was preaching against.
Right.
I think it was like moral transgressionism is what they described it as in the article I read. and which he was not up for. And so now he's like, I got to leave the cloth and be with this woman. And I imagine he's got to change some of his viewpoints.
I'm a big believer in second chances, and if you had a weird indoctrination to that stuff from a childhood, and you didn't really know cultures that exist outside of that, it sucks. But you might have believed some stupid shit before you got introduced to something that challenged that stupid shit.
What was some stupid shit that you believed?
I mean, there probably is something. Like, I feel like. I mean, there's like religious stuff that like I was indoctrinated in, but I never really wholeheartedly believed any of it. But I remember being scared to like not believe some of that stuff. Like when I was like in junior high and shit, going like, am I gonna get in trouble if I listen to Slayer? Is God listening to me listen to Slayer? Like for real? Like where I was like, I don't think so. But I remember having a little voice in the back of my head going like, there's a chance, before I grew old enough to realize that. And maybe I don't know, but I don't know. I definitely remember kids that probably did not have whatever resolve that I had, or enough like.
Chutzpah?
Well, I would say a shooken faith in authority.
Okay.
Shooken or shaken?
Shaken, not stirred.
Snuck, Brian, not sneaked.
Snaked.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Well, so did you ever believe that? Were you ever told that masturbation was bad? Like there was something wrong with it. It would make you sick. It was bad for. It was like the wrong road to go down. There was something.
I think they mentioned that in church. It was never spoken to me in any way, shape, or form from my parents.
It's always implied to me.
I would be surprised, but I would love to hear the story if it had happened. So
yeah, that would be.
Brian, what's something that you believed that got it changed, and you were just willing to change with it?
I used to think that I would be a success.
Oh yeah,
and I've totally figured out that ain't gonna happen. So
not true to the listener. He's quite successful.
So I fervently believed, and I got in arguments about this, that when you watched a cartoon on television, that was the people at amusement parks who wear the big costumes, and they just shot them with special film that made it look like a cartoon.
You are dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to think, man. I'm worried about you.
You got a lot smarter.
That's right. That's that scurvy brain.
I don't believe that anymore.
Yes, because you don't even know citrus. You need vitamin C.
I mean, I was eating vitamin C back then. I don't eat it now.
Well, maybe it was the vitamin C doing it. Maybe it is an allergy.
Exactly. That's why you guys believe
maybe
all
you
this
were having an allergic reaction to an orange. You thought cartoons were real because you were having an allergic reaction to a mandarin.
So our next story comes to us from NPR.
Story number 2. NPR.
Story number 2. The national.
This is the third story?
This is the third story.
And it's flying by, ladies and gentlemen.
Through.
Some people have been drinking tonight. I just want to
You
point
know
that
what?
out.
Not me. Putting that on me.
No.
That is.
Yeah.
Not me. I am a teetotaler. I've never touched. Drink has never touched these lips.
Yes, maybe we've had drinks, but we've also snorted Adderall, so who cares?
Right. We are kings of enunciation.
Same.
Can you say enunciate?
Man, that arcade would have been so much better if it had a bar, though.
Drinking plus Adderall equals normal.
Do we need to do some more vocal exercises, some warm-ups?
We should.
All right, let's hear you.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
New York.
New York's unique New York.
What is the red leather, yellow?
Wait, no, I got
Red
one.
leather, yellow leather. Red, yellow leather. Yeah. Red leather, yellow leather. Kill a fellow. Kill a fellow.
Kill a fellow. This sounds like some kind of cultish kind of. You know what?
I'm sofa.
No, you're supposed to write it down and have somebody read that. I'm not doing it.
Well, I'm done.
I'm super great.
So our third story comes to us from NPR.
Story number 3. NPR.
Home of Terry Gross.
And
home of Terry Gross.
Yeah, Terry Gross.
Sex icon. Terry Gross.
Terry Gross.
Earlier this month, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake hit the Mexican state of Guerrero.
Now, Kevin, is that on the Richter scale?
Yeah, 7.0 on the Richter scale.
How do those numbers work?
So 8 would be 10 times as much as 7.
Okay.
And 7 would be 10 times as much as 6.
Okay.
What's bad? I mean,
seven's pretty bad.
But what's like
11?
Massive,
11 would rip apart the earth.
Okay, what's the worst?
Shaking.
Oh God. Jesus Louises.
I'm going to drink this wonderful drink that Mark made.
What is going to be the worst? 11?
Yeah, 11 would like rip apart the Earth.
There are no 11s. I thought it stopped
Like
at 10.
11 is like all of the energy in the universe.
Well, so the 11's not real.
Right.
So 10's the worst.
10's pretty bad. Like, I don't think there's ever been a 10.
Okay, well, what's
Bo
the
Derek.
worst? I'm asking what's the worst.
Hold on. I'll look this up. This will
Mark, I
upset
thought that
Mark.
was a good
I'm a
Bo Derek joke. If you'd
6.7 on
leave
the
that in, I'd
Richter
appreciate it.
scale, and when I'm on the
Worst
mic, you know I never fail.
Worst earthquake in history.
I was off the dome, by
That was
the way.
good. Yeah.
Was it 9.5 in 1960
Mexico City.
in Chile?
Oh, man. That was a bad one, huh?
9.5 is pretty fucking bad, yeah.
Were there any
So
landslides?
10 is the conceivable worst. That's where we've marked the worst it could be.
Yeah, 10 is pretty fucking bad. But yeah, 11 would be like tearing
But
apart
what's the worst?
It's 9.5 in 1960.
What is the... God damn it, what's the fucking worst? That it could be. What's the scale? There's the best to the worst.
So
I want to know what is the...
9.5.
No, it's not, because it...
That's the worst that's ever been recorded.
Okay, fine. Give up.
So, wait,
Give me some-
hold on. This all reset
I need
now.
to shoot up some pumpkin spice right now.
Man, you're
You align the
jonesing,
pumpkin
right?
spice, come
Jonesing,
back to us. A 7.0 magnitude earthquake hit the Mexican state of Guerrero. As you might imagine, buildings swayed and sidewalks undulated. Fortunately, there was only one death.
Undulated.
But
Like Terry Gross's breasts.
but the strangest thing was that massive.
Dean R. Koontz novel.
No.
That's right. I forgot about that. Oh, we got to talk about Dean Koontz.
What is
soon.
that? I don't know what that is. I mean, I know who Dean Koontz is.
Dean Koontz, we were just talking about how Dean Koontz, he writes a lot of sex scenes in
Yep.
his novels. Like the only reason Dean
Just
Koontz,
shoehorned in.
Dean Koontz novels aren't YA is because there's one sex scene in each and one of them, and he just always describes breasts as her mound swaying to the beat.
Right.
I do remember giving Jared Roberts a Dean Koontz novel in 10th grade, and him going, man, he writes way better sex scenes than Stephen King.
That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
And in the 10th grade, you need to be looking at sex scenes, not reading about sex scenes.
You know, you took what you could get in the pre-internet days.
That is true. That is true. Back in 1973. Our age can be a mystery. It can be a mystery.
You can read this sexy thing. It's called the Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Capricorn.
Oh, yeah.
I misspoke.
You're very close to Andy Rooney right now. Famous actor.
He's a sexy Andy Rooney.
Sexy Andy Rooney. That's what I'm going for Halloween. I'm going to sexy Andy Rooney.
Just with the list of grievances in your back pocket. That's all. That's the only reason you know.
Here's what I don't like. He's only having sex with 3 women at the same time. And the ugliest one says, hey, save some for me.
That I stole that joke from somebody, and I don't know who, but
You have integrity, sir. Kudos.
Yes, I do. You know who doesn't have integrity?
Why are you looking at me?
Catholics.
I don't know.
Well, they'd probably all agree by and large.
So anyway, the strangest thing was that massive bursts of blue light appeared across the sky. And I'm going to...
Massive what?
Massive bursts of blue light.
Burst. I thought you said births.
Now I'm going to show you...
Birthing
here.
blue light.
Ryan, you might
Birthing
want to
blue light.
lean in
It's fun
here.
to say. Hey, Mike,
We're actually going to watch this.
We're going to only watch about 5 seconds here. We don't need the
Hold
audio
on, can I
this.
just read the bottom screen that said, few obsequiaria el guitarrista Jimmy Page al finalizar la proteccione. And I don't know, I'm kind of, honestly,
It's
I
probably
don't
related
give
to
a
the blue
fuck
light.
about your story, Kevin. I want to know what's going on with el guitarista Jimmy Page.
It's a fair question.
It'll scroll. as we-
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
It's stuck in you. Yum, 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 yum.
You know,
What?
I'll say this. One time I had to fucking...
It was really great when you did that album with the cat.
I used to have a joke where I would say I'm driving my cat to the vet, and the whole time I was like... And that was just the radio playing Led Zeppelin.
Hey.
I do not like Led Zeppelin. You just got burned by M-Dub.
How many? I thought are they all dead? They're all dead.
No, just
They are to me.
No, like the drummer's dead, right?
The drummer's dead.
The guitar player's dead, right?
No, that's Jimmy Page.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
But he lost his hands or something, right? Didn't something happen?
No, he's got both hands.
He's got both hands?
He can still whack it if he
Didn't
wants
he
to.
fuck a girl with a fish or something?
Yeah, that's true. That happened.
What?
And yeah. Anyway, so
all right, this seems...
we're just gonna do like about 5 seconds here. We don't need the audio on this. But
For
I
the
want you to see
listener-
these bluebirds because
I wanna see
they're
them too.
fucking crazy. So this is what
Whoa.
like is just lighting up the skyline
Whoa.
in Mexico. What are you seeing?
I'm
It
seeing
looks like rock lighting concert.
Yeah.
It's
Rock
just,
concert lighting, but giant and covering an entire city. That is super fucking weird.
Yeah.
that is the piezoelectric effect.
Can you play that
is what
again?
happens
Yeah, I can play
when
it again.
friction occurs
Wait,
between
Well, we'll talk
certain
about
materials.
what causes it.
All right, well, I just
But
told
yeah,
you.
Look at it. Like
Whoa.
it's massive. Like it's covering
Yeah,
the whole
it's
sky.
huge.
Being fooled by...
I'm not being fooled. I'm looking at fucking blue lights and saying that's cool and weird.
No, it's cloud cover. The light's being diffused into the clouds. It makes it look bigger than it really is.
It looks cool, though. Are you denying that it looks cool?
I mean, it looks kind of neat.
Yes.
I'll say that.
When
It sounds like when you're talking about friction, it reminds me of there's a geologist named Tone Loc, and he said that's what happens when bodies start slapping from doing the wild thing.
Such a weird shoehorn of Tone Loc. Like you really wanted to say something about Tone Loc. And you know what? You're a good person.
Yep.
You have integrity, sir.
I know.
I was in a
Twice
bar.
I have integrity.
I was in a bar in Canada that Tone Loc came into, and everybody's afraid to talk to him. And then
Never be afraid to talk to Tone Loc.
And then-
I said that a million times.
then my friend turns to me and goes, "It's Tony Loc." And I said, "No, his name's Tone Loc." He goes, "We're in Canada. In Canada, he's called Tony Loc."
I hate
Hey,
that
we
I'm
got
gonna
a lot
have...
of listeners in Canada.
No, I know.
And they're great people.
Hey, I'm moving there when Trump gets elected next fucking term, but
They probably won't take us.
they'll take me.
You just go back to Saint-Tropez.
Yeah, it's true.
And what do you
I'm
care?
afraid Trump's going to take over there too.
That's right.
I don't speak French.
It makes it hard, right?
It is a problem.
yeah. Fair.
As they say over there, it is a problem.
Oh my god.
So when people saw these lights, they started tweeting that it was the apocalypse. It's
It's understandable.
probably not the apocalypse, however.
Well, we're still here.
The phenomenon of earthquake lights has been recorded for thousands of years and occurs fairly regularly.
Thousands?
The exact cause, they've had writing for thousands of years, and sometimes
I
earthquake
don't remember it being in the
prone
Bible.
regions. Some of us.
There's a lot of cool shit about lights in the Bible.
yeah.
Are there? Really?
Yeah, the fucking star in Bethlehem.
Yeah, maybe you've heard of it.
Ever heard of it? Yeah, well.
Ever heard of it?
Well, touche. I take it back.
So the exact cause.
That star was bright as shit.
It led those wise men to the manger.
They went to the manger.
Away
They
in the
saw it
manger.
like, fuck, that's bright. Yo, dog, let's take these fucking camels there. Yo, dog, you gotta bring a gift. Shit, I got myrrh. And he's like, hold on, let me swing by the head shop and get some incense.
That shitty head shop incense. Yeah.
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 What style of incense is it? It's called frankincense. And then he was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna give this little kid my weed chain. What's it made out of? Gold. Anyway, I'm
The
into
story
I'm
is
into
old as time.
Bible, second favorite book to me.
The exact cause of the phenomenon is unknown, and scientists differ in their theories. Some scientists believe the eruptions of light are caused by the friction of rock near Earth's crust.
That is what happens
Which
when
will-
rock bodies start slapping
which releases energy into the atmosphere.
from doing the earthquake wild thing.
Yeah. That's also how some watches work. Piezoelectric effect.
Wait, what? Is how some watches work?
Watches, yes. They use that's
Swatches?
why. Swatch. Yes.
Hell yeah. They're worth a lot of money on eBay. I'm a flipper.
I think I still have a Swatch watch. I had
Tico Buller on eBay.
Oh, is that your eBay
That's
name?
my thing,
Tico,
yeah.
Tekobuller,
Buller.
right? Tico Buller. All one word?
Mm-hmm. All one word.
Could I get a Grim Reaper Beanie Baby that way?
You could get a Grim Reaper Beanie Baby right. Probably when you're listening to this, you might be able to get it, or it might have sold for 10, 20K.
That's right. Check
Can
your
I
bank
get a
account.
Rim Reaper Beanie Baby?
No, I can't even. That's the NFT I can't afford.
That's right. It's a lot of
None of us can afford.
blockchain technology. I don't know what that is. I just know that if you say blockchain, all of a sudden you sound like you know what you're talking about.
A lot of times when I say blockchain in the past, I've been talking about my constipation.
Others say these are just power flashes from swinging wires in the electrical grid hitting other lines, trees, or buildings.
No.
Makes sense.
Of course, Mexico may have more blue flashes across its sky soon. September is its most common month for earthquakes, with an 8.2 magnitude quake hitting on September 7th, 2017, and Mexico City's destructive 8.0 quake hitting on September 19th, 1985.
Did we ever saw what caused the fucking blue flashes?
No, they don't know. It's a mystery.
Well, I think there were two really good explanations.
Right.
So it's one of those two things.
Or both, or neither.
Did they ever solve what was going on with Jimmy Page?
Well, El Guitarro Fantastico. Are there any Led Zeppelin songs with harpsichord in them?
Oh, there has to be.
Yeah. Mark, would you agree with me that the harpsichord is the worst instrument of all time?
Mark's on record.
No.
Ah, goddamn it.
What is the worst instrument of all time?
Mark?
Yeah.
Harmonica.
Oh, that's not
Harmonica.
fair.
What about? But Huey Lewis is
I'm
considered
gonna,
the
you know
greatest
what? I'm
harmonica
gonna
player
side
of all
with
time.
Mark. I think I don't like the harmonica. It's rare.
Thank
A
you.
couple times. There's a couple songs that it's good.
Name a song that is better for having harpsichord in it.
The whole first Vampire Weekend record.
I
The
disagree.
entire works of Brahms.
Disagree.
I'm the only person probably here that likes the first Vampire Weekend record, but
I don't know that I don't know. I can't hear it in my head right now. So
Admittedly, it is twee, but I really like that record. And it's not even real harpsichord; it's like synth harpsichord, probably.
well, that's cool.
You know what though? You can play the harpsichord at a fucking freaky deaky French sex orgy.
True.
But
And you can't play the harmonica at a freaky deaky sex orgy. You can't play the harmonica for anything freaky deaky.
I disagree. I think the harmonica makes it more freaky deaky. The harpsichord is something you have to overcome.
But nobody's had a freaky deaky sex orgy where they have powdered wigs and masks and nothing else except stockings and garters. Men and women wearing stockings and garters.
Yep. Yep.
And buckled shoes.
Yeah.
And they're just all fucking going at it on a weird one of those weird couches.
Powdered faces.
It's
right?
like a couch, but it's like with a back just on one end of it.
It's
You know,
like a settee, right? Is that a settee?
I don't even know. I don't even know. But but they're fucking, and there's someone buck naked with a powdered wig playing a harpsichord to all that.
Now, in your mind, take away the harpsichord and give that person a harmonica. I think it's better. I think it's better.
No.
Oh, I think it's better.
No. It's not.
it's better.
Not only is it not sexier, it's also not creepier.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
It's
has the
just-
creep factor. It can be creepy.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Look, I disagree.
Are you saying that can a harmonica? It's good for sound effects, maybe.
All I'm saying is a harpsichord never sounds good. A harmonica sometimes sounds good,
Addams Family.
Yeah.
and it detracts from the Addams Family.
No, it doesn't.
It takes away from it.
They're mysterious and spooky.
Mark, I've never been so angry at you.
They are all together ooky.
Oh, have you seen ads for the cartoon they're doing?
No, but I'm a big fan of the Addams Family. Addams Family, better than the Munsters.
Bullshit.
I agree.
Oh, you guys are fucking wrong. This is like your Shemp opinion. You're wrong. You need to rewatch. No. I know that, look, when you're a kid and you watch it, the Addams Family seems cooler because the Munsters is what's much more available on TV.
The Munsters had like 3 jokes.
Grandpa and Herman are hilarious always. They're always funny. They're down in the basement cooking stuff up, hiding things from Lily.
I will
or the
say,
whole bit with their niece who thinks she's hideous. That's good. I'm
but
sorry.
It's the same thing every single time.
Right.
What is the Addams Family?
At least 4 things.
No, it's not.
Yeah, the Addams Family's 4 things, and the Munsters are 2 things.
Yeah.
Spot is far superior to Cousin Het.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to say
You know what?
this.
There's a lot of people feeling validated right now.
Can Spot give someone the finger?
Well, Cousin Et's the hairy guy.
Thing is the hand.
Yeah.
Thing is the hand.
Well, have you ever seen Thing give someone the finger?
Maybe one of the movies.
Definitely
I don't think
capable
so.
of that.
Definitely capable.
Well,
of it.
then Spot's capable of it too. If that's the limit is our imagination.
Spot only has 3 fingers.
You don't know that.
I do too.
We only need 3 because that leaves one in the middle.
He's right there.
It's a claw.
All right, the dragon claw. He lives under a staircase, and Butch Patrick has to remember to feed
He does
him.
the same goddamn thing every time. He comes out and blows smoke, and his eyes flash, and he goes back in the fucking under the stairs.
No, see, the Munsters is better because it's a Frankenstein's monster, a Dracula, a bride, or like a Lady Dracula, a werewolf boy.
Is she a Lady Dracula, or is she a bride of Frankenstein with her hair fell down?
Nah, she's a Lady Dracula because she's Grandpa's daughter.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw
What's
this out
Butch
there.
Patrick?
He's a werewolf kid.
Why would a Frankenstein and a Dracula lead
That's
to a
why
werewolf?
the Munsters is better. That question is the answer to why the Munsters is better. Because who knows? Because they said, you know what? We're just going to make a great show.
I'm going to say this. The Addams Family had Ted
that
Cassidy.
logic works there.
Nah,
It
you
was-
guys
Here's
are
Here's
wrong.
what I think.
You're wrong.
The Addams Family
It had Ted
were
Cassidy.
sort of sinister, and and the Munsters were just stupid. They're just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
They weren't like grosser monsters. They were just stupid as shit.
What are we
and
doing
they couldn't
right now?
fucking
What is
understand.
what is everything we do during this podcast?
I
ironic?
understand everything.
Ironic genius?
No, it's real dumb. You guys, you just I invite you to watch the Munsters for a while and pay attention
I'm
to
not-
the
listen, I
dynamic
don't
between
dislike
Grandpa
the
and Herman.
Munsters.
No, you hate them.
No,
you're
I
bagging
don't.
on them all night.
We're
I thought this would be fun to get together and do this, and here you are fucking shitting on the Munsters. So I'm getting a little pissed off, Mike.
I will say that the Munsters are better than whatever.
The Addams Family.
No, I won't say they're better than the Addams Family. I'll say they're better than Friends.
God,
I'll say they're better than
low bar.
They're ER or OR, either one of those shows.
Is there an OR?
Yeah, it's got George Clooney's kid in it.
And
What's his name?
Dame Judi Dench.
I'll say that it's better than Mannix. I'll say that it's better than Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
You are not
It's
being
better.
fair.
It's
to
better than the
Munsters.
Newsroom. It's better than the West Wing.
I just found something on Wikipedia. Ted Cassidy, who played Lurch on the Addams Family, was known for feigning playing the harpsichord, although he was not actually playing it on screen.
Oh, wow.
This is Brian's problem right here.
First of all, it's not my problem. It's my acknowledgement that there was probably harpsichord. You know what? I didn't even remember there being harpsichord
lot of
music.
people that
but that
fake playing a
further
thing.
explains my hatred of the Addams Family. Because it's turning into
Ted
hatred.
Cassidy
Hatred?
Nah, they're okay. But the Munsters is better.
Ted Cassidy was on Star Trek. He was on I Dream of Jeannie. He was the narrator on the Incredible Hulk TV
You
show.
ruined all of those shows.
Bruce Banner, trapped in a body that turns into the Incredible Hulk.
No, he ruined those shows.
He fought
Fred Gwynn made everything better.
He fought Paul Newman and Butch Cassidy in the Sundance Kid.
Fred Gwynn did what he could with the material.
Gwynn is a good
I'll say
actor.
that.
Like, yeah, and he's great in it. He played the Frankenstein's monster.
He's better
He
in
was
Pet Cemetery.
No.
Sometimes that
Disagree.
is better.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
but
he had a southern accent, or he had a Maine accent.
Yeah.
Oh, come
That's
on.
fun. That's fun.
Herman
You don't wanna
stomping
go
his
down
feet,
there.
flailing his arms in the air. It's
No.
See? Trust you. Look, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna shut this down soon. We're gonna queue up some Munsters and Addams Family on the old YouTube.
No question. Addams Family is sexier.
Oh, Morticia
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Well, God
no,
damn it. That's
Lily.
a.
and the
She's
niece.
sexier.
What was the niece's name in the Munsters? I forget her name. Lily was the wife.
Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yvonne DiCarlo. That's a. I mean, that's.
I will say though, Yvonne
Yeah.
DiCarlo, who played Lily,
Mm-hmm.
she's known. You know what she's known as? The blowjob queen of Hollywood.
I just want to point out is the fact corrector that was actually Nancy Reagan.
After Nancy Reagan, she was the blowjob queen of. She took over Nancy Reagan's.
Davis at the time, prior to
She
being
took
Nancy
over
Reagan.
Nancy Reagan's
Mantle.
mantle of the
She was
blowjob
the
queen
vice
of Hollywood.
blowjob queen of Hollywood.
Vice blowjob queen.
That's right. If Nancy was ever unable to perform her duties,
And that's true. Feel free to check it out on what podcast was that?
don't reference other people's
On
work.
another podcast that's not ours.
There are no other podcasts.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
That short fuck, right?
Yeah. Find me in the octagon.
Ah, well, good and dumb. Munsters, though, come on.
Adam's family.
I'm gonna let it go.
Can you do
what?
that?
I'm gonna let it go. But
Can you do the Dig Dug Octagon?
Let's do the Dig Dug Octagon. Me and Joe.
man, Dig Dug was fun to play.
Yeah.
Good game.
Fucking Frigers.
By the time I got to it, I only got to third place. You guys tore up those scores.
Well, the trick to Dig Dug is realizing that you get more points the lower you kill your enemies in the screen.
After
Once you
about
figure
the
that
third
out,
level, though, you can't drop rocks on them anymore. It's
Well, you get
too
that up.
fast-paced.
Yeah, just-
Well, I
You-
will say that playing Dig Dug in the arcade is a lot different than playing the home port of that game because the speeds are completely different.
Yeah.
On each machine, they can change the speeds.
right.
So, do we want to talk about what we're doing tomorrow?
Just
No,
say,
you know what? Let's not talk about it.
yeah, let's
So we
just
might
say
have-
that we are going into a dangerous place full of, we are going to confront other quantum magicians, other sound bathers, other psychic interlopers, other Spanish exorcists, possibly some cool as shit Lotharios with their sexy goth wives, possibly some dumb Frankensteins with their dumb fucking Frankenstein
Don't just
wife, Dracula dummies.
You're fucking wrong.
Possibly
You are-
an old ineffectual vampire.
No, watch the Munsters and see
On
how
the
funny it is
regular-
compared to
on
the
the
fucking Addams
regular
Family.
page.
We
That's
don't
what
actually
to
know
do.
where it's going to be, but we got a big surprise coming up that we're gonna venture into
Get
tomorrow.
ready for a surprise! Call back! That is from another episode. I feel like I have to tell
Total
you when
Recall,
that
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Get ready for a
I feel like we talked
surprise.
about that just hanging out.
Get ready for a surprise!
That wraps up another week in the International News Service. Check us out on Redbubble for merch. Check us out on our Patreon. We may have some bonuses coming up next week, depending on how this goes.
Heart to heart.
But feel free
Thought
to reach
to
out
thoughts,
at International
feelings to
News Pod
feelings.
gmail.com.
Hands reaching across the aisle, touching tips, heat transfer
Find us
between the
on
skin.
social media at International News Pod.
The
And we
Eiffel
will see you next
Tower.
week.
The Eiffel Tower. This
Thanks for
week.
listening.
See you in hell.
Yeah, go to hell.
Tell a friend.
Not
in hell
you guys.
about
You
us.
guys are cool. I'm looking right.
Yeah,
at
no,
Mike.
Or heaven.
the listeners I like.
Purgatory.
Which ones do you like?
Valhalla.
The cool ones.
I like all of them.
All
except-
of them. I love them because they're all cool.
Right, they're all cool. Especially Mr. Pampers or Miss Pampers. We don't know.
The Pampers fam. The entire Pampers family.
The Pampers clan.
And we're done.
Thank you for listening to the International News Service. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. INS, the news you need.